Supersize your business, even if you can't hit the side of the barn. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with my granddaughter's little farm. I love little people, toys and farms. She's almost getting too old to play with them. She doesn't play with them very much anymore, but they're such great toys. They're fun, the little short, stocky people. I actually love them. She's got a princess one and she's got the little farm one. So, what does hitting the side of a barn have to do with growing and building your business? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Today's idiom is, of course, can't hit the side of a barn. I've actually been told I can't hit the side of a barn, which is super embarrassing. Not really. It's not really embarrassing. I know that being a good athlete or a great athlete was not my calling in life, was never going to be. I think when at a young age we determine and figure out there's some things that we're good at and there's some things that we just aren't. The same is true in our businesses. We haven't created our businesses. We're not in business to be all things to all people on the planet. We're in our businesses for various reasons, and just like our athletic ability, we focus on the skills that are important to our business and we let the others fade by the wayside. Well, can't hit the side of a barn means that, of course, you have terrible aim. You have terrible ability to throw. You can't even hit a large giant target like the size of the side of a barn, or the size of a barn. This idiom, of course, comes from the 1900s baseball, when it was used to describe a pitcher that was not able to hit the strike zone. You know, the strike zone where they have to throw the ball so that the batter can actually have an opportunity to hit it. If they couldn't land in the strike zone, people would say they couldn't hit the side of the barn. He can't hit the side of a barn. And I remember my dad telling me I can't hit the side of the barn when I used to practice. My sister and I used to practice when we couldn't get to the tennis courts. We were both tennis players, and so we would practice hitting balls up against the barn door. We had a paved driveway and those giant barn doors. Problem was they had those wooden lattices on them, and so if you would hit those, sometimes you hit the wrong angle, sometimes the ball would go in a weird angle, which was great because it made it unpredictable, so it actually gave us better practice. And then, back then, I could hit the side of a barn, but as I got older and actually just in my 20s and started to experience some vision problems, I literally couldn't hit the side of the barn anymore. And I ended up having to give up tennis, which is fine. You know, as our lives change and we have different things and different experiences that happen, we need to adjust and grow. Same is true in our businesses. Things are going to change all the time, and we have to be willing to be flexible enough to adjust and grow and respond in the ways that create the business and the life that we want. There's no such thing as perfect, right? That's why we want to focus on the things that we're good at, master a few good things, and then hire people or find people to help us with all the other things that need to get done to make our business successful, but that we don't have to personally do. We have to focus on what we can do, not what we can't do in our businesses. And guess what? We're all going to hit the big F word once in a while, fail, meaning we're going to try a lot more things in our businesses and in our lives that don't work out perfectly or the way we want them to, or that might absolutely fall on our face, fail. But as long as we keep getting up and saying, what's next? Okay, that was an epic failure. What am I going to do now? Or what's next? What am I going to try next? And we keep going, we will succeed. There's no way to fail if we just keep getting up and we keep going, we keep moving forward in our businesses and in our lives. So I'd love to know your experience with this idiom, can't hit the side of a barn. It brings back fond memories of me playing dodgeball with my sisters against that barn door. That was a great barn. It was a big old barn from the Wells Fargo. It was an old Wells Fargo station barn and an old farm, and that's what I grew up on. For the most part, we moved out there when I was 8, and my parents sold that. Geez, I don't know. I was in my 40s. Yep, I was in my 40s when they sold it. So that place was a part of my life for a long, long time. Anyway, love to know what you think of this idiom, what your experience has been with it, what it might and could mean to you and your business. Otherwise, if there's an idiom you'd like to know the meaning of, if there's some phrase or saying and you're just like, where the heck does this come from? I don't get it. I don't understand why people are always saying this around me. Hit me up in the comments below and I will look it up and we'll talk about it. Otherwise, go out and have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it in your business right now? Take care. Bye. To actually grow your business, of course.